Hi everyone, welcome to Advice to Think Twice. This is Monica and I'm trying to do our week ahead readings. This is going to be for the Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. That could be your sun, your moon, your rising. And as always, these are timeless, so whenever you feel guided to watch the video, that's when you should watch it. Be sure to watch all your signs. And if you'd like a private reading to look at anything specific to you, that information is below. I literally just got this deck delivered. It's the Urban Tarot, and I'm going to be using it for you guys. And the oracle is going to be Le Vampire. So, these are kind of big cards. They're the size of my oracle cards, but they're kind of long and a little uncomfortable to shuffle, but they're very, very nice and very interesting. They're based on the Thoth deck. So we're going to try to keep our heads straight, because in the Thoth, the kings are knights, for example, and the knights are princes and so on. But it's really, really beautiful, and I'm excited to work with it. I would normally spend more time getting to know it, but I'm just so excited that I'm just going to go ahead and use it. Okay, so, Six of Wands. Well, that's not a bad card to jump out. Alright, all that being said, please make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe if you haven't. Thank you so much if you have. And we're going to begin with Taurus. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Hey Taurus. Alright, Charlie wants to go out. Okay, sorry about that. What's going on for, see what I mean? They're like big, I can't even grab them to shuffle them. I did lots of shuffling before I started recording, so don't worry. What's going on for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs in the week ahead? So we have, in the situation, we have the High Priestess. In the challenge, we have the Hermit, another major. A lot of solitude energy here, and in the outcome, we have the Nine of Cups. Interesting. Bottom of the deck, we have the Magician or the Mage. So with the Magician at the bottom of the deck, you're in, what this feels like is you have withdrawn to give your full focus to something, to manifesting something, to creating something, to getting something off the ground. And I feel like you're reaching that goal. You're reaching that goal. And for those of you, this is where you put it out, you present it to the world. But also there's a challenge in either, for some of you, your challenge is actually promoting yourself, making your work known. And for others, this is telling you, okay, well, you have gone within, you've withdrawn, you have solely focused on this thing, you're achieving it, now it's time to get back out there. Does that make sense? To be more social again. So in your current situation, we have the High Priestess. So again, going within, focusing on yourself. This could be focusing on personal development or professional, or just working to get a business set up, or working towards, like if you've had to take any exams or anything like that, right? You've withdrawn and you've just done studying, prepping, not been very social, and that's your challenge with the Hermit. You have not been very social, you've kept yourself to yourself with a purpose, right? Because this is a focus on developing something, deepening your knowledge about something, perfecting something, learning more, preparing for something, right? But that's your challenge, is that I feel like you've been doing that for so long that now it's time to flip it and balance it out, because with the High Priestess here, it's also an energy of balance, okay? You need to have balance, and I feel like you've been closed off for too long, you've been on your own for too long, or you've been too focused on this for too long, and you risk going to the extreme, and then we'd start to see the energy of the devil come up in terms of obsession, for example, right? In the outcome, though, we have the Nine of Cups, and this is happiness. This is wish fulfillment, this is reaching your goal, getting the yes, passing the exam, okay, getting approved for whatever this is. And you're encouraged to give yourself time to celebrate, right? You've given yourself time to study and to prepare. Now you have to give yourself time to celebrate, okay, the fruits of your labor, as it were. Bear with. Okay. Let's get more clarity here for you, Taurus. Ace of Discs wanted to be seen. So definitely to do with setting up a business, manifesting a new job, manifesting a new career for some of you, promotion, a raise, manifesting a long-term type of opportunity, whether it's to do with money or not. Okay, that's what this is about. With the Hermit, we have the Four of Pentacles. Yeah. This is, I mean, you've been completely closed off, Taurus, and it's starting to affect you and impact you in a negative way. Okay. While at some point it was what was required, now it's gone to the other extreme. With the Nine of Cups, we have the Strength card. I'm going to pull one more. And Temperance, which in this deck is art. And it is art, look at that. And I like how you see the Rider-Waite depiction of the Temperance card in the background. They're very, very beautiful cards. What do we have under the Magician? The Emperor. Yeah, definitely bossing up type of energy. But it's very serious, very stern type of energy here, right? And this is reminding you, you've been holding yourself back from actually just enjoying life and just having some joy in your life, right? Because the Strength card is like, no, I want to stay on point, I want to stay focused, I want to keep this going. It's almost like you have this achievement, but you don't even stop to celebrate it. You're like, okay, on to the next thing. And it's important because you have to balance out the scale. Otherwise, you're going to go to the extreme and you're going to end up in the Devil card energy, where you just lose touch with reality and you can only see this one thing and it will consume you. Okay, and I feel like this is your heads up. Take some time to balance out the scales. It doesn't have to be that you take a month off to just celebrate. It's not that, but it just means make sure to mark your moments of success, to celebrate them, to show gratitude, to share them with your loved ones. Okay, because that is also a way of recharging, refreshing, so that you have more energy to move into the next step of the journey. Does that make sense? Very interesting energy. For others of you, I feel like this is just unrelenting, unwavering focus. And people around you might have been either trying to get you to go out more. Could also be where you've completely closed off from love and you've just decided, you know what, I'm just going to focus on the tangible. I'm just going to focus on the things I can do, I can see, I can touch and control. And your friends and family have been asking you out, have been trying to set you up with people, trying to introduce you to people. And this is like a reminder for you, hey, you might be missing out on some really good opportunities, and maybe there's more to life than whatever this one thing that you've been focused on is. Does that make sense? So that's really what I'm seeing. So the bottom line is, it's good news. You are reaching your goal. You have success. You're reminded to take time to celebrate, okay? And to adjust your focus, because you risk turning something into an unhealthy obsession. So let's see. Oracle energy and advice for Taurus for the week ahead. Oracle energy and advice for Taurus. Here comes Charlie. Charlie, not on the keyboard, Mama. Charlie! Oh, for the love of God. I swear to God, he just jumps on the most random places. Like he'll jump on the keyboard, or he'll kind of lean against something that's stuck in an USB port, and that's gonna snap, you know what I mean? So it's just like, dude. Oh yeah, so we have, bottom of the deck, call for help, reach out, need for backup, admit your needs. So it's almost like it feels like you've been running away from something, Taurus, and just throwing yourself into the tangible, whether that's your work, fitness, studies, your business, whatever, okay? And this is asking you to, it's like it's telling you, you know what, whatever this is that you've been running away from, A, you need to address it and heal it, but more importantly, B, you're now strong enough to address it, heal it, and release it, and restore the balance in your life so that you don't risk obsession. So we have hope, anticipation, bright prospects, and wish. You do have a wish coming true. And religion, canon, rules, and commandments. definitely, that's like the Emperor energy. It's like you have to find the balance between these two. You have to blend them together and remember how to do that, okay, with the Temperance card there. Because I feel like there's something that your heart yearns for with the call for help there, but it's almost like you're explaining it away, or you're putting it aside and choosing to just follow the rules, you know, to blend in, do what everyone else is doing, meet other people's expectations, right? Or again, just like focusing on the material, the concrete, as opposed to the spiritual side of things, the emotional side of things. Because Taurus, I'm seeing success. I'm seeing a lot of success, but I'm not seeing a lot of joy about it. Okay, you're controlling your emotions. And I feel like you've been running away from facing something that has been emotionally challenging for you, hurtful. But this is telling you, by you trying to control your emotions so that you don't have to deal with the negative, you're also blocking out the positives, right? So it's almost like you have been trying so hard to bottle up any sort of negative emotion. And in the process, you didn't realize that you've stopped feeling anything. Does that make sense? Good or bad? Positive or negative? So this is asking you to balance out the scale before you get to the harmful, toxic, obsession place. Okay? Because you just have to have a more balanced approach here, or that's the guidance, that's the advice, because you're manifesting more of the same. So Taurus, a bit of a kind of a deeper type of reading here for you. On the surface level, you have the success coming in, you have this achievement coming in, you're reaching your goals, you're sticking to the plan and kind of ticking things off the list every step of the way. So there's nothing bad to talk to you about over there, but this is asking you to go deeper, to balance out the scales, to heal your emotions, to open up to your emotions, okay? And yes, some of the more unpleasant ones are going to come to the surface as well, but this is asking you to also focus on positive, not just the negative. And also, that's how you heal, by experiencing more positive emotion and energy here. You kind of balance out the negative, so that the negative, the disappointments, the what we call failures, the regrets and whatnot, don't seem as daunting. They don't affect us as much because we're balanced, okay, in our emotions. So we can see them, feel them, acknowledge them, but we also have more positive things to draw from, right? Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Because I'm seeing an opportunity presented to you that you're holding back from because you can't control it. So you're going to reject it. Does that make sense? So it's like, hey, this is an amazing opportunity in terms of work, but then you go into it with this very firm, I want this and this and this and this. It's almost like not giving the other person a chance to respond, or you don't even realize that it's not a negotiation, it is what it is, and you might push something away, right? Or reject it outright because you can't control it, or because it would take you out of your comfort zone that you've built for yourself that is on the verge of turning into a gilded cage. Okay? So I'm gonna leave that with you. I hope it makes sense. And for those of you that resonate with the reading, tell me what this is. And I hope the reading helps you. Okay? It's time to be more flexible, to be more malleable, which is pretty much the same thing, but anyway. To kind of go with. Hold on. Charlie's back. I swear to God, if I completely shut the door, he'll start meowing at the door. So I can always push it, and then he'll go and have a look. And I'll either close it shut, or if you have cats, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, look, 9 of Wands, fortitude. You're fighting off your own blessings. You're fighting off opportunities for growth for yourself, Taurus. So I hope the reading helps you, okay, and gives you a bit of a heads up or a bit of a different perspective to consider, okay? And we're going to move on to Virgo. What's going on for Virgo in the coming week? Angels and guides, what's coming up for Virgo, Sun, Moon, rising in the coming week? Virgo. Okay. In the situation, we have the King of Cups. In the challenge, we have the Nine of Swords. In the outcome, we have the Six of Pentacles. There's an offer or a conversation that you're afraid of. Afraid to entertain, afraid to be a part of. But if you actually go through it or through with it, it's something that will restore balance in your life some way. Okay, let's get more information here. Bottom of the deck, the Six of Swords. So this could be, traveling. It's overall an energy of healing, moving on from something that has been very difficult, very challenging, very painful, an impasse of sorts, a situation where you just can't win, moving on to calmer waters. But you see how you have two sixes, the energy of balance, healing, balancing something out. The Knight of Cups is the King of Cups in this deck, okay? At the bottom it says the Seducer. So this could be a case of, because with the Nine of Swords it says cruelty is the challenge. I feel like there's been a lot of history between you and this person and you don't trust them. You think they're going to try to seduce you, or they're going to try to sell you on something. You expect them to say things that they think you want to hear. Okay, there's a lot of trust issues here with this person because, again, you just don't trust them. They portray to be something they're not, or maybe that's something they've done in the past. And I feel like while it wasn't easy to move on from this and it wasn't easy to release it, it was a big disappointment, and it took you a long time to accept that it's just not going to be what you want it to be. I feel like they're coming back around trying to talk to you, and you're terrified there's just going to be more of the same. You're tempted to have the conversation, but you're terrified there's just going to be more of the same. But in the outcome, though, we have the Six of Pentacles. So whatever happened in the past, this is success energy. I feel like this is someone coming back to make something right, okay, when I see the Six of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. This is someone coming back to give you what you deserve. Someone coming back to do the right thing. So while your initial reaction would be to flee, okay, it's up to you, but this is saying if you were to sit down with this person and at least hear them out, not thinking about the past, kind of treat it as a new situation and just hear them out, see what they have to say, go into it with an open mind, I feel like it could be something healed, something restored, or at least you get closure from it because you get confirmation, you get the apology, either the confirmation that, what happened wasn't fair to you, or you get something that they owed you, if it's more than an apology, if it's a physical thing. Okay, let's get more information here for Virgo. With the King of Cups, we have the Seven of Cups. Yeah, you just don't trust this person. With the Nine of Swords, we have the Fool. Yeah, here's that fresh perspective that is a challenge for you because of all the history. Six of Pentacles, we have the Knight of Cups. With the Two of Cups. And the Six of Pentacles, though. Success. Under the Six of Swords, we have the Knight of Swords, which is the King of Swords. The Game Master. Air sign energy here. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Could be dealing with two people, or it's the same person because you have Cups and Swords. It's the same person, but it's like they're different, is what I want to say. Because before they were very wishy-washy. You couldn't trust a word they said. Seven of Cups. They may have had a drinking problem, and it's like you got a Jekyll and Hyde type of situation when they're sober versus when they're drinking. Or someone who just plays on emotion, or someone who just kind of gets lost in the moment, and they're not, necessarily being deceitful intentionally, but it's just like they change their mind a lot depending on what the moment is, or who they're with, or what's going on. You have Cancer energy here as well, because there's a crab in that cup. And you just don't trust this person. You just don't trust them, whether they're a romantic interest, or they were, or someone in the family, or even a boss who keeps promising you that promotion, or keeps promising you to do right by you. Your challenge is to have that clear, fresh slate type of approach to it, to treat it as a new situation, because I do feel like a lot of time has passed since you talked to this person, since you saw this person, and you were left with all the bad memories. That's why the challenge with the Fool is to give them a chance, to take a chance on them, or take another chance on them, to hear them out, to go into it with an open mind and an open heart. Treat them like they're a new person, you don't know them. That's your challenge, if you can do that. Because if you can, we have success. We have the Knight of Cups, Princes or Knights in this deck, and the Two of Cups. I mean, in the least, this is making peace. This is receiving that heartfelt apology and making peace. Okay, meeting in the middle, making peace. Charlie's just behind me and pushing me out of my chair. Or it could be a restart to a romantic relationship, or it could be a getting back together. But this time, it's different because it's balanced. There is give and take. They're grown up, it feels like. Or they have at least learned how to master their own emotion, so that they don't get ruled by their emotion. So they're more stable within themselves. Does that make sense? Okay, I'm going to turn on the light, bright light coming on. Okay, there we go, because the cards are really pretty and I want you to see them. Okay, so that is what we're looking at here. Someone who's grown up, learned to master their emotions, or master some sort of an addiction that was controlling them. If you can, treat them as a new person. Go into it with an open mind and an open heart. It can lead to something beautiful. If you feel like you can't, then this is telling you, do what you feel is best. Protect yourself. However, they're coming in to restore peace for you. They're coming in to help heal your emotions, if nothing else. Whether it's you just hear them out, get the apology, get the closure, and move on, or you decide to do something else with the situation, right? Either way, there's a lot of healing that they're meant to bring to you, okay? So let's see. Oracle energy advice for Virgo. Oracle energy advice for Virgo. Can you hear Charlie purr? I think my neighbors can hear him purr. Bottom of the deck, yeah, nightmare, psychic protection, shield, bad dream. This is like the Nine of Swords energy. This is where you still are, whether you're aware of it or not. You're still very much hurt by what happened in the past, and you're still replaying the negative scenarios and all the disappointments and the betrayals and all that. You're just replaying them over and over in your mind, and it's like they have created a blockage, a wall around your heart as a result. Not only when it comes to this person, in general, right? So that's why it's so important, if you can, at least hear them out so that you get the closure that you need to help heal. And then you decide what else you want to do with it. Does that make sense? But you're still very much in your head about this person. Redemption. I mean, come on. Absolution, forgiveness, and penance. They're coming in genuine energy here. They're genuinely looking to do right by you, whatever that means. An anti-hero, maverick, risk taker, and rule breaker. this is their previous energy, or how you used to know them, or how they were in the past. A rebel without a cause, changing their mind from one day to the next, never knowing what they're going to do, breaking promises, breaking rules that they set up, they put in place. And they're coming back to make amends, to have redemption for everything they did when they were, I get, young and dumb. Regardless of age, you can be young at heart and dumb. Or immature is what I mean, okay? Fighting for the sake of fighting, you know what I mean? It's that kind of an energy. Just bickering and just saying no and being stubborn for no reason, that kind of energy, okay? And they're coming in for redemption, to ask for forgiveness. But they're coming in, like I say, this is genuine energy, because they're coming in like head down, humble, genuinely looking for forgiveness and making amends if you give them the opportunity. So it's up to you, Virgo, what you want to do with this. Okay? But yeah, let me know how this is playing out. Let me know what the situation is for you in the first place, and how it's playing out, and if the reading is helpful for you. Okay? And remember, we're reading the energies. I give examples, but that's why I say take it as it makes sense to you, because it's not going to be love for everyone. It's not going to be family related for everyone. So take the energy as it resonates for you in your situation. Okay. The Knight of Cups again. Okay, let me just shuffle these as well. Just a little bit. And we're going to move on to Capricorn. Hey Capricorn, thanks for joining us. And if you're skipping ahead, please make sure to also watch the intro. So let's see what's going on for Capricorn. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs in the week ahead. So we have the Page of Swords. I'll put it back, see if it pops back out. Some important communication, official communication, contracts. I get also seeing a doctor, just to get more information on something, I feel. To look into something. But that could be a focus for some. So what's going on for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in the week ahead? Okay. Situation, 5 of Wands. The challenge is the 8 of Cups. And then the outcome is the 7 of Cups. The bottom of the deck, the Ace of Swords. So I feel like there is a conflict, or something has kind of come to a head. We have strife at the bottom there. This is where no one wins, but no one wants to back down, right? Or no one wins because no one wants to back down. No one wants to meet in the middle. This is very much petty fighting, my way or the highway. And you're going to reach an impasse. Your challenge with the 8 of Cups is to walk away, to detach. To detach and walk away. Let it go. That's your challenge. In the outcome, we have the 7 of Cups. I feel like something is coming to like a breaking point, because you're like the universe, your angels, you guys, they're trying to push you into either taking action, making a change, or pushing you out of a situation. But that's your challenge. I feel like for a lot of you struggle to make that change, because it's like you're going backwards. Your challenge is the 8 of Cups. You're going backwards, though. So that means putting your head in the sand again with the 7 of Cups. Pretending nothing's wrong. Pretending it's going to get better. Pretending it will change on its own. Pretending, it will just go away. Because the overall energy with the Ace of Swords is to see the truth and to take action. Okay? and you're being pushed to do that, but I feel like for the most part you're choosing to put your head back in the sand. It's like you have been made aware of something, or you will be made aware of something with the Ace of Swords that is the truth of a situation. That gets you angry with the Five of Wands, and it makes you want to take a stand. And it's like, all good, I know what I'm doing, that's it, I'm done, I'm out, this isn't fair. But then when it comes time to actually open that door and walk out, you start explaining things to yourself, and you start making excuses. Maybe I'm exaggerating, maybe I'm not seeing it properly, maybe, this and that and the other, which essentially is you putting your head back in the sand and not changing anything. Does that make sense? So this could be going on at work, this could be going on within family, within a relationship, where something with the Ace of Swords is being revealed to you that is the truth, and most likely is talking about some sort of an imbalance, something that is unfair to you. You see it as the truth. It makes you want to take a stand with the Five of Wands. But then when you get to the impasse, in other words, the other person or party refuses to change, refuses to do anything about it, refuses to acknowledge it even, instead of walking away from it, detaching it, leaving it behind, because whether or not they acknowledge that it's unfair, the situation is unfair to you, but then you don't really want to walk away, or you're afraid to, and you just kind of put your head back in the sand and you tell yourself it's fine, it'll go away, it's just a phase, or it'll get better at some point, or you know what I mean? But it's already reached that breaking point. It has, this person or this other party has already shown you their true colors. They've already shown you that they're not willing to compromise, or that they're aware that something is unfair to you, but they're not going to change. And it's like you either take it or you don't. It's like they don't even care. And while it's painful and it's still very unfair to you, and it's almost like getting that confirmation with the Ace of Swords is even more painful, because you would like to think that they would do better by you. It's like, at the same time, it's almost like it's not enough to get you to leave this behind. Let's get more information here for Capricorn. With the Five of Wands, we have the Two of Wands, Dominion. It's very much butting heads, impasse, refusing to compromise, and it has come to that point where it's about, do I stay or do I go? With the Eight of Cups, we have the Five of Pentacles. You're afraid to walk away because you're afraid of being on your own, or you're afraid you're not going to have enough money if you go someplace else, or you're afraid you just don't want to destabilize things. You're afraid of experiencing this loss. So if it's going on at work, you're afraid to quit because it's like, what if I don't find something else? Or what if I don't find something else fast? Or what if I find something but it pays less? If it's a relationship, it's like, well, I don't want to walk away because what if I don't meet anyone else? What if they are the best thing that I'm going to get? You know what I mean? It's like doubting yourself to the point where it's like, no, I'm just going to stay here. Seven of Cups. Yeah, Nine of Swords. Burying your head back in that sand. And the Seven of Wands. You're afraid to actually take a stand. It's like you can give them the silent treatment. Nine of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. What is being revealed is something to do with your value or your worth, and the fact that you're not getting what you deserve, okay? And you're afraid, you're terrified of actually physically taking a stand and like physically doing something, right? Because this is where you give someone the silent treatment, right? But you don't actually leave them, or you don't actually quit. You give someone the silent treatment, or you pout, or you're passive aggressive, but you don't actually walk out the door. You don't actually say, you know what, I'm done and that's it, I've packed my bag, I'm out. So it's in the realm of communication or emotion. Sure, you're taking a stand one way or another. But when it comes to physically doing something to change it, you just revert back because you're afraid to do that. Because deep down you know that this person is either not going to chase you, not going to come back, not going to apologize. They'll let you go, and it's like, but again, I feel like you're settling in a situation that you know is not what you deserve. You keep hoping that it changes, or you keep hoping that it improves, despite being shown time and time again that this is what it is the best it's gonna be. Do you know what I mean? And that's up to you. It's completely your decision. Don't get me wrong, there's no judgment here. But this is telling you, it's showing up here because I feel like for the most part, you have a problem with that. And it's starting to bother you. And it's starting to be something that you can't run away from anymore. And that's why it's happening, because you're being put in a position of deciding what kind of a stand you're going to take. If it's a case of, you know what, this bothers me, but I don't want to walk away from this because of it, I'm just going to have to learn to live with it, then that's fine. But again, it takes off the pressure of always being angry when that happens, because you've made a decision to accept it, right? Or if it's a case of, it's completely unacceptable, I keep waiting for it to get better, but it never does, or it keeps getting worse, actually. What am I going to do about it? Because I already know what I need to know about the situation. I already know the best that it can be. I don't know. You know what I mean? I have all the information I need to decide if I keep running with it or leave. And if it is a case of you're not sure if you're seeing things correctly, like I'm getting something at work or something like that, yeah, where something happens, something is said, or you see something and it just makes you angry. And you start, kicking off and whatnot. But then when it actually comes down to you talking to HR, filing a complaint, putting in your notice or whatever it is, if you feel like, you know what, I don't know, with Seven of Cups there, I don't know if I'm seeing things correctly, so I don't know how far I want to take this, then this is asking you to get more information, to double check, confirm your information before you decide how far you want to take it, okay? And if that's what you're doing, then that's the right approach. But if you're making excuses, that's something else. Do you know what I mean? So let's see, Oracle Energy and Advice for Capricorn and the week ahead. Oracle Energy and Advice for Capricorn. That one wants to come out. And that one wants to come out. Bottom of the deck, Hunter, Aggressor, Tracker, Provider. So this is, you're dealing with someone who's could be dealing with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag, or someone who's just got a lot of fire in their chart, but they're very aggressive. They don't know how to compromise, and they don't want to. They don't know how to negotiate, but they don't want to learn. And it's tricky because for some of you, this is the provider. Okay, this is your spouse, or this is your parent, or this is someone you depend on financially, or for shelter, or for comfort of any kind. Or a boss, right? They pay your check, they pay your salary. But again, they're just showing you their true colors, and it's almost like, I pay the bills, or I pay your salary, so you'll do whatever I tell you to. You know what I mean? It's someone who uses the fact that they're the provider to control you. The Call of the Night, Daring, Adventure, Excitement. For some of you, this Ace of Swords is an offer from something else. A different job offer, an offer from a different department, an opportunity that makes you curious. And when you compare that to where you currently are, it's like all these things come to the surface. Oh, well, this isn't fair, this isn't right, or that is possible, I thought it wasn't, and I just accepted this. You know what I mean? And Ecstasy, Yielding, Rapture, and Bliss. This is like the Seven of Cups energy. But something is changing with all these butterflies. Something is changing. Something needs to be transformed. And again, if it's a case of you deciding, you know what? Yes, it bothers me, but not enough for me to do something about it. I'm just going to accept that it is what it is and try not to get angry every time it happens. Then that's what needs to change. That's the transformation. Or if it's a case of, you know what, I've had enough, and you can keep your money, and I'm done. Because I also feel like with Seven of Cups and with the Rapture energy, I feel like someone has their hooks in you. Like someone's been telling you things to keep you stuck. Someone's been telling you things to keep control over you. You wouldn't make it on your own. No one's going to hire you. You're never going to get more money than what I'm giving you. Or it's that kind of energy. And if it's that type of situation, then this is that transformation of you deciding, you know what, I'm going to be fine, actually. And then you do take a stand. You're terrified, but you do take a stand. And you cut ties with this person. Eight of Swords. Yeah, they're in your head. They're in your head. They're telling you things to keep you stuck. But I feel like with the Strength card, for some of you, and the Justice card, yeah, you're overcoming whatever it is that they're telling you to keep you stuck. You're overcoming that. And you're walking away from this toxic dynamic. And for others of you, I feel like you're just coming up with a different perspective. If it's not a toxic situation, it's just dealing with someone who has a very strong personality, for example, then it's a case of, you know what, does it really bother me that much that I want to do something about it? Is it worth it? Or is it something that I can live with? You know what I mean? And when you just switch that focus and you try to look at it from a different perspective, then it kind of takes the pressure off. Okay, that's what we're seeing here. So, bit of a mixed blend here, different scenarios for everyone, but you tell me what this is, and if you do resonate with the reading, I hope it helps you. Okay, good luck with everything. Have a great week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.